Tell you later. I had a really good time tonight.
Thank you.
Hey there, friends. Imagine waking up to the news that four incredible people, true American legends who've shaped our music, our laughs, our screens, and our hearts, are no longer with us. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? These folks lived lives full of passion, struggle, and triumph. And today we're going to remember them together. Their stories remind us how fragile life is, but also how one person can leave a mark that lasts forever. So grab a tissue, sit back, and let's honor them with the love they deserve. We'll talk about Randy Boone, the cowboy singer who brought music to the Wild West on TV, Rolling Ray, the bold internet star who made us laugh through his pain, Danielle Spencer, the funny kid from that classic sitcom who grew up to heal animals, and Bobby Whitlock, the soulful musician behind some of rock's greatest hits. Each one touched so many lives, and sharing their tales feels like keeping a little piece of them alive. Let's start with Randy Boone, a man whose voice and smile lit up living rooms across America back in the day. Picture this, a young guy with a guitar, riding horseback through dusty trails on TV, singing songs that made you feel like you were right there in the Old West. Randy was born on a chilly January day in 1942, right in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Growing up, he loved numbers and even studied math in school, but his heart was always pulling him toward music and adventure. One day, he just packed up, hitched rides across the country, and played his guitar in cozy coffee shops wherever he landed. That wandering spirit? It wasn't fake, it was real, and it shone through when Hollywood noticed him. By the early 1960s, Randy was popping up on shows like The Twilight Zone and Bonanza, but his big break came in 1964 when he joined The Virginian, that gritty western on NBC. He played Randy Benton, a warm-hearted cowboy who strummed tunes and added a soft touch to all the tough action. Fans couldn't get enough of his folk songs on screen. They felt so honest, like Randy was sharing a piece of his soul. And get this, his horse named Clyde became a star too, trotting alongside him in scenes that families watched together every week. Randy didn't stop at acting. He released his own album called Ramblin' Randy in 1965, full of heartfelt tracks, and even teamed up with his co-star Roberta Shaw for a duet record. His talent as a singer, songwriter, and actor made him special in a world full of tough guys and gunfights. But life wasn't all spotlights for Randy. As the years went on, he stepped away from the cameras in the late 1980s, choosing a quieter path in construction and family time. He lived simply, away from the fame, but those old episodes kept playing, reminding new generations of his charm. Randy passed away on August 28, 2025, at 83 years old, leaving behind a legacy of sincerity and song. It's sad to think he's gone, but every time you hear a folk tune or watch a classic western, that's Randy's warmth coming through. He showed us that even in rough times, a little music can heal the heart. If Randy's story made you smile or tear up, drop a comment with the number 83 or just say R.I.P. Randy Boone. Let's keep his melody going. Now, shifting gears to someone who exploded into our lives through screens in a whole new way, Rolling Ray. Oh man, this guy's energy was like a firework, bright and unstoppable, even when life tried to dim it. Born on September the 5th, 1996 in Washington, D.C., Rolling Ray grew up in a close family where his big personality shone from the start. He faced tough challenges early on, living with a disability that could have held him back, but instead, he turned it into his superpower. By the mid-2010s, his funny videos started blowing up on Twitter and Instagram. Sharp jokes, dramatic flair, and that iconic purr catchphrase that everyone started copying. It was like he had a direct line to what made people laugh, turning everyday moments into viral gold. Remember his spot on Catfish, Trolls, in 2018? That episode was pure chaos in the best way. His quick wit and bold attitude stole the show, and fans talked about it for weeks. Rolling Ray didn't just chase fame. He built real connections, teaming up with other creators and popping up on talk shows where his honesty shone. What got me emotional thinking about him is how he never hid his struggles. He shared his life openly, showing millions that you can be confident and real even on bad days. His humor wasn't mean. It was resilient, like a hug wrapped in a joke. Family and faith kept him grounded through the whirlwind of online stardom, and he often thanked them for believing in him when the world felt overwhelming. Sadly, Rolling Ray left us on September 4th, 2025, at just 28 years old. Way too young, right? It hurts to think about all the laughs he could have given us, but his spirit, that's immortal. Every time someone drops a sassy one-liner or embraces who they are without apology, that's Rolling Ray's influence. He reminded us that authenticity beats perfection every time, and in a world full of filters, that's a gift. If his vibe ever brightened your day, comment with 28 or RIP Rolling Ray. Share a funny memory too. Let's spread that joy he loved so much. Speaking of people who brought joy to our screens, let's remember Danielle Spencer, the spunky girl who made us giggle on that beloved sitcom and then surprised everyone by saving animals' lives. Born on June 24, 1965 in Trenton, New Jersey, Danielle was just 11 when she landed the role of Dee Thomas on What's Happening, that fun ABC show from the late 1970s about friends navigating life with humor and heart. Her character was sassy, quick with comebacks, and always stealing scenes with perfect timing. The original series ran from 1976 to 1979, with 65 episodes, and Danielle's cheeky lines made her a favorite among kids and families. Then, in the 1980s, she came back for What's Happening Now, adding over 70 more episodes to her tally, nearly 140 in total. She wasn't just acting, she was creating memories that still make people smile during reruns. But life threw curveballs at Danielle early. At 12, she survived a scary car crash that left her with lasting injuries, yet she kept pushing forward with that same feisty spirit. As acting roles slowed down, she didn't give up. She reinvented herself completely. She went to Tuskegee University, earned a degree in veterinary medicine, and opened a practice in California, helping furry friends every day. Fans loved how she balanced Hollywood nostalgia with real-world impact, showing up at events to chat about her TV days while quietly making a difference for animals. Later, she faced breast cancer head-on, sharing her story with bravery that inspired so many. Danielle wasn't one to seek the spotlight in her later years. She found peace in her work and connecting with fans who remembered Dee's wit. She passed away on August 11, 2025 at 59, and it feels like a piece of our childhood went with her. But her legacy, it's double. Laughter from the screen and kindness in the vet clinic. She proved you can pivot in life, face hardships, and still shine. If Danielle's journey from sitcom star to animal hero touches you, leave a comment with 59 or RIP Danielle Spencer. Maybe share your favorite D moment. It'd mean the world to keep her memory lively. And finally, we can't forget Bobby Whitlock, the man whose keys and voice added soul to some of the most timeless rock songs ever. Born on March 18, 1948, in Memphis, Tennessee, Bobby grew up surrounded by gospel and blues, soaking it all in like a sponge. Music was in his blood, and by his teens he was already playing and singing with a passion that turned heads. He became the first white artist signed to Stax Records, that legendary label full of Southern soul, and it shaped his gritty, heartfelt style. In 1969, he headed to England and joined forces with Eric Clapton, Jim Gordon, and Carl Radle to form Derek and the Dominos. Their album Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs from 1970, it's a rock masterpiece, selling millions and ranking among the all-time greats. Bobby co-wrote tracks like Bell Bottom Blues, belting out vocals that blended raw emotion with Clapton's guitar magic. The band didn't last long, just a couple years, but their sound echoed through generations. After that, Bobby went solo with albums like Bobby Whitlock and Raw Velvet in 1972, mixing rock, soul and country in ways that felt fresh and true. Over his career, he put out more than a dozen records, later collaborating with his wife, Coco Carmel, for intimate shows that showed his love for music never faded. He wasn't chasing big fame. He was about the feeling, the connection. Fans and musicians still rave about his influence, how he brought gospel fire into rock and made songs feel alive. Bobby passed on August 10th, 2025 at 77, and it's like a chord in music history went silent. But play Layla and you'll hear him, passionate, real, unforgettable. He taught us that great art comes from the heart, not the headlines. If Bobby's tunes ever moved your soul, comment with 77 or R.I.P. Bobby Whitlock. Drop a song recommendation too. Let's keep his rhythm playing. Sharing these stories leaves me with a heavy heart, but also so much gratitude. These four legends, Randy with his cowboy songs, Rolling Ray with his bold laughs, Danielle with her wit and compassion, and Bobby with his rock soul, each left the world better, brighter. They've inspired us to chase dreams, face challenges, and spread kindness. Life's short, friends, so hug your loved ones and live like they did, with heart. If any of these tales touched you, or if you just want to honor them, please hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel for more stories that celebrate amazing lives. Your support keeps their memories going strong. Thanks for watching. Take care out there.